How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And this time it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to even use a script. I'm just going to tell a story straight from the heart because this was wild. And to this day, I'm still freaked out about it. Like, I trying to figure out what exactly happened. It was the most spiritual thing that has ever happened to me. And here's one thing. There's one thing you got to know about me. I am a very deep believer and hard Christian and all that, right? So as a Christian, I know I should not be in the club. It's basically the devil's mouth. So what I was doing there, just me being in a weak moment, I had a crazy experience that probably changed my life forever. It wasn't the matter of what happened to me, but it was more so what could have happened and the significance of it happening. So without further ado, let me just take it to the top and let me just explain everything from start to finish. Okay, let me just start with the most obvious question here, right? What was I even doing there in the first place? Well, the answer to that is simple. I just wanted to hang out with my cousins. Plain and simple. Now, I really didn't have any crazy intentions. So to me, I was saying, okay, if I don't get engaged in the club and, dancing, drinking and all that crap, I should be fine. I'm just going to hang out on the sidelines and just chill, while everybody else have fun. Because you see, I don't get to see my family members that often. And, everybody 40 and under was going to the club. They decided they want to hang out there. And I don't want to be that one guy that was just sitting at the hotel looking crazy, staring at myself and hanging out with all the old heads. They're just talking a bunch of junk and about their childhood. That's just boring. I couldn't relate to those older people. So I decided, let me just go to the club. If I don't do anything, nothing will happen to me. And I know, me being a Christian, I shouldn't be there. But at the same time, I was thinking, Jesus, sat with the drunkards and, they're just people that, obviously you shouldn't be around. Jesus did it. If he didn't engage in the sin, it should be fine. That was my mentality. That was my way of thinking. If I don't do nothing, nothing will happen to me. Now, see, here's the thing. I've been to the clubs numerous times in the past, and I've never had any female come talk to me. In fact, I had hardly anybody come talk to me. So I was thinking this is going to be a simple thing. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'm going to chill and relax. I believe for the longest time that as a guy, going to the clubs is a big waste of time. Like if you're the average Joe, it's almost impossible. You have to be a really big baller, really rich, or just really good dancer at the club to get attention from anybody, let alone a woman. So hanging out in the club when you're not looking for anything should be easy. I don't sing, I don't dance, I don't drink, I don't party. So what could possibly go wrong? If I'm not putting any extra effort to try to get any attention from anybody, me just sitting around in the corner like 90% of dudes at the club do, what could possibly go wrong?
You are so fucking.
Oh yes, what could possibly go wrong? Like the calm before the storm. Like the minute we decided to just chill out near the pool table and play some pool, everybody's sitting down, everybody's calm. My fiance blowing on my phone, telling me I need to get out of there. I told her it's fine. There's nothing to worry about. That's when she arrives. I mean, I'm still shook just talking about it. Like this girl stood out. I don't know what it was, but I don't think it was an accident. The first person she looked at when she walked in was me. And somehow I ended up noticing her and we ended up locking eyes.
Oh no.
Like the minute she walked in, I knew she was a problem. Like I don't remember her face, but I do remember she was light skinned. She was thicker and she had a blue dress on and she came in with a friend. Mind you, this entire time, my fiance and I are arguing back and forth. She's saying I gotta get out of there. I'm saying that it's fine. There's nothing to worry about. That entire time we were arguing, this girl managed to skip the main dance floor, go past everybody, the DJ, all the people dancing, go past where the bar is, everywhere. Just go right where we were, the pool table, and stand not even 20 feet away from me, right in my peripheral, right where I can see her. Now, the thing is, she made it look like she was interested in other people, looking around, seeing potential mates. She looked like she was there just to have fun. But I'm pretty sure we both knew at that moment that she was here for me. She was just putting on a front to not make it so obvious. She wasn't interested in anybody else. She was on a mission. And the more she stood there, the more I looked at her. I couldn't help but look at her. And the more I looked at her, the more I realized that if she came over here to talk to me, it's over. I'm cooked. That good boy machismo is gone. I don't know what kind of magic she had going on. I just knew that I'm out of my element. I'm out of my zone. I'm like a juicy steak in the lion's den. And she's just waiting to burst out of her cage and pounce on me. And when she does decide to attack, I don't stand a chance. So right then and there, I had to swallow my pride, admit I was wrong, and I had to bow my head down and pray to God. I asked God, get me out of here. Get me and my crew up out of here. Whatever pride I had is gone. I'm not safe. I'm out of my element. This girl's going to destroy me. I should have never came here. I need you to bail me out. Create a situation. And that's exactly what I got, a situation. Like as soon as I got up out of my chair, I see near the entrance 2 security guards wailing on this one guy. Like this man was all over the floor, completely helpless, overwhelmed. He's yelling all kinds of obscenities, cussing and all that stuff. And then a little bit afterwards, he starts to get quiet. His lips start to tighten. He looked angry, like not just lash out angry. He looked like scary angry, like I'm going to kill you angry. So instantly, I'm thinking, okay, this is the situation I need to get out of here. So I blow it out of proportion and turn around to my family and say, this guy got a gun. We got to get out of here. He's going to pull it. If we stay here, we're going to be a casualty. We're going to get shot. Thankfully, everybody bought it. We all lined up in a single file and headed straight towards the exit. The entire time, I'm pretending to be this heroic guy, getting everybody out of here, making sure nothing's left behind, and I walk right past that witch. And as soon as I walked out that door, a load off my chest came off. I was so thankful because I felt like I just dodged a missile. Now, I knew I couldn't really tell anybody exactly what was going on because everybody think I was crazy. But a situation like that is what I like to call a blinky moment. What's a blinky moment, you're probably asking? It's a situation where a man is completely disrespected, embarrassed in front of everybody, and there's nothing he can do. So what does he do? Do something crazy. And in a place like that, which is the club, where there's alcohol and drugs all over the place, a bunch of women that he's trying to impress, and a bunch of dudes he's trying to earn the respect of. After an embarrassing situation like that, whereas there's zero chance of him getting a woman or any man's respect, after he just got beat like a 5-year-old kid, he's gonna do something desperate, like whip out a blinky. So it turns out I actually found out more about this story. Now, this is the part where I probably going to sound like I'm going into crazy land, but you know what? I firmly believe in this, and it's integral in the story. And it made me realize how serious of the situation it actually was. You see, my girl had a vision about this whole situation, about the girl and me sleeping with her. And that's why I was saying that it's ridiculous. I was like, no way, this can't happen. I'm at the club. There's no girl's going to approach me. That's what the whole argument was about. But when I finally saw her, that's when I realized that this situation was actually real and I got myself out of there. But see, what I didn't know was the details of what would happen had I actually stayed and how far that a girl would actually go. Well, it turns out that she would have approached me and asked me to dance. And as we were dancing, she would put a drug in my drink. That would make me go all kinds of loop-de-loop. And then we end up smoking somewhere. And then she'll eventually drag me back to her place. Mind you, I didn't drive myself to the club, so I needed a ride anyway. Me and this girl would end up sleeping together and she would end up conceiving a child.
No, 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 no. Hell no, no, no. I refuse, no.
Mind you, I don't have kids. I don't want kids anytime soon. I simply do not have the money to support a family right now. And I definitely don't want to have a kid with a stranger. So not only would I have a kid that I don't want, it would also destroy the relationship that I currently have. And it all made sense to me because there was no way that I would go with some stranger to their house. I am a very paranoid person. So it made sense that she would drug me to drag me back to her place because there's no way I would go otherwise. And there have been multiple people in the past that have tried to destroy us. Me and my fiance, like make us split up. Like every single person that we've encountered that came off as a friend, either A, try to make her convince her that I was a cheater and I was a liar and that she should leave me. It's a long story, but there's been so many times where other people have come against us. So in that moment, everything started to add up. So I'm kind of thankful that I didn't find out this until later on down the road. So knowing all this that I know now, I am thank my lucky stars that I got myself out of there because I had no idea how bad it actually was. Like it sounds like something straight out of a succubus's playbook, and I'm glad I listened. So with this whole fiasco taking place, what did I learn from it? Well, I can tell you one thing. In my humble opinion, I would say the club is a waste of time. And if you're a man, just stay out of the clubs. There's nothing there worth your time, and there's nothing there worth taking home. You could put your precious money literally anywhere else. That time you spent at the club dancing with girls you're probably never going to talk to again, you could be at the gym. You could buy a course to learn a new skill. I mean, you could do literally anything else, and it could be more of substance than being at the club and wasting your time. And as crazy as my situation was, it just shows you how real the spirit world is. The club is the devil's territory because there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's lusting, there's fornication, all kinds of things going on. That is not of God. And I got to witness in real time the devil on the move. And if I didn't get out of there, I would have been devoured. Because like I said earlier, if she came on to me, there was no fighting her off. It's like I would be under a spell. I mean, just looking at her, my will started to melt. I can only imagine what would have happened had she actually talked to me. I mean, it's just freaking scary how powerful the sexual sin, the lustful sins, how they actually are, how strong they actually are. And if you're targeted, how powerless you can become. So it really scared the piss out of me. But I think that's enough for this video. I could go on and on about this. But safe to say, my clubbing days are done. My party days are done. Unless it's like a party at a church or something like that where people I know and trust, then forget it. And I'm definitely not going back to another club again. Because believe it or not, this ain't the first time something horrible has happened while we were at the club. So yeah, I got the hint. Never again. Staying out of there. I got more crazy club stories, so stay tuned.